struggling with hair growth and managing 4C hair, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through remedies and routines that are going to help you in your hair growth. Now, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's dive deep into it. We're going to be starting with tangled and matted hair, and this is the biggest mistake that we normally do when it comes to 4C hair. Note that my hair is dry, and I'm trying to show you that this is what we mostly do when it comes to detangling, and this is something that I also used to do when I started my hair growth. I'm just trying to show you that no matter what you do, if you're trying to detangle like this, your hair is not going to be detangled, the comb is not going to go through, and that is why I'm taking you through on proper ways in which you need to do to properly detangle 4C hair. And now for today's routine, we're gonna be using aloe vera gel. It is the best product you can use for DIY, and it's also water based, so it's also a lot more easier to work with. And also at the same time, if you do not have aloe vera, flexi gel is also the best option. Now I'm going to take you through on how to properly prepare aloe vera gel, because when you use it, in most cases it can be itchy or things like that, so you need to make sure that you're going to cut it into smaller pieces like this, and then I'm going to soak it in water for about 2 hours, because that's how I prefer doing it. And also this way it won't be itchy when I apply it to my hair. So if you've tried applying aloe vera before and it was so itchy, please soak it in water before you start applying it or use it in any kind of way. Now this process that I'm showing you is a way that we're going to make aloe vera gel without using a blender, but if you have a blender, you can just remove it from the skin like this and just straight to blending. But for us, because we don't have a blender, this is just a manual method in which you're gonna make aloe vera gel. After doing all of that, now I'm going to use my hand and then I'm going to squeeze out all the aloe vera that I actually took out like that, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water. But this option is optional for those that have longer hair and you want the product to actually last a lot more. So if you have shorter hair, just squeeze it, strain it, you're good to go. You don't have to worry a lot more about adding of the water and all of that. And if you added some water like I did, please keep it for an extra day just so that it's still a lot more defined, and then after that you can just strain it, and after straining it, it's just going to be ready for use. You don't need to use anything fancy, just a cloth like I'm doing it like this. It's just going to strain it very well, and then I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to squeeze all the excess gel out of there, and just like that, it's ready to use. Now let's go back to the detangling. Now instead of just applying the aloe vera gel to my hair and starting to detangle, I need to make sure that my hair is wet, because now you can see just by applying water to my hair, it just got bouncier and even a lot more smoother to work with. And then after, I can section my hair, because you can also see that I'm not pulling harshly because my hair has now softened up. It's a lot more easier for me to section before I can start detangling. And always keep in mind that this process is to help to reduce your hair breakage, so you need to be as gentle as possible, because your hair can actually create knots while you're detangling. So we're also trying to avoid things like that. Now working with the first section, we're going to start doing what we call finger detangling, but for me, this is how I do it. I just pull out and stretch out the hair because it was matted, so I need to make sure that it's a lot more smoother, so that when now I go with the comb, it just goes in very smoothly, okay? And then now I'm going to separate again into another smaller section, and then I'm going to apply the aloe vera gel to my hair now like this. And then after I'm applying it to my hair, while my hair is smooth and has that sleep, I'm now going to get a wide tooth comb and I'm going to detangle my hair from the tips to the roots. I'm not just going to like detangle anyhow just because my hair is now in an aloe vera gel or it's wet or anything like that. You still need to be as gentle and patient as possible, because we don't want the hair to be breaking, creating knots and all of that. And also there's no limit to how much aloe vera gel you can actually apply to your hair. So if you feel like you're applying a few times and your hair is not getting that sleep, apply as much as you need. You need your hair to be a lot more smooth before now you can follow with the comb to detangle your hair. And you notice that after detangling each and every section, I'm putting my hair into twists like this. This is just so that the hair that I've detangled before does not shrink back, because if I now detangle my hair and then it's just going to shrink back to that matted state, there's not going to be much much point made, because normally when the hair shrinks back, it's most likely to tangle with each other again. So it'll feel like after all the detangling, my hair is just going to feel like I have not detangled before. So the twist will just keep the hair in a stretched and good detangled state throughout. And also another important thing to note about all the detangling pre-put treatments is that it's not just about giving your hair the sleep and making your hair smooth when it comes to detangling. It's also about using a product that is so easy to wash off. Always go for water-based products when you're detangling, and that is why I always opt for natural products. Like you're either going to go for aloe vera gel, or maybe you're going to go for flexi gel. They work very well like that. Stop going for butters and doing hot oil treatments for pre-poo. Maybe if you're doing a mask on the other day, maybe it will work like that. But if you're using it as a pre-poo treatment, you need to stop, because now when you're going to shampoo and you're going to wash it out, it's very most likely that not all of the product is going to be washed out of your hair. So you definitely need to use product that when you start shampooing, it's going to be a lot more easier to shampoo and actually cleanse your hair. And notice that while I'm detangling my hair, I'm not using the Afro comb that I was showing you when I was giving you an example that the hair doesn't detangle easy. And this is to show you that when your hair grows bigger, you need to go thicker with your comb. Just because you're using a thicker comb, it does not mean your hair is not detangled properly, but it's actually the smaller combs that are going to cause a lot of knots and tangles while you're actually trying to detangle your hair. And also, let's not talk about the hair that is going to break and shed like crazy while you're detangling. So using a thicker comb is always a best way to go about it, because now if I'm going to tell you, go use the thinnest comb that you can find just to make sure that your hair is going to be detangled properly, I'm telling you, once you're done, you're going to feel like half of your hair is actually on the floor. So this is the best option for 4C hair, okay? So every hair type has its own kind of comb, so always keep that in mind. And just like that, after all the detangling, this is the amount of hair that came out. You see what I'm talking about? Just a pinch is the amount of hair that actually came out after detangling all of my hair like that. So now I'm just going to keep the pre-put treatment for about 10 minutes and then straight to shampooing. And now to shampoo, I'm going to start while my hair is in twists like this. This is going to help the scalp to be accessible very well. And then I'm going to start by wetting my hair before applying the shampoo. This is just going to help the shampoo lather very well, and it's also going to help to not use much product. And when the hair is wet like this, it's just going to help the shampoo to just foam up instantly. And the shampoo that I'm using is the African black soap shampoo, which means I just simply melted the original African black soap with hot water, and just like that, it was a ready-made shampoo to use for my hair. It's very smooth, very gentle, way better than any kind of shampoo you can imagine in store. And since my batch is running out, stay tuned. Soon enough, I should be showing you how I make my DIY hair shampoo. Now that all the shampoo has lathered into my hair, the first step is just to focus on the scalp. I'm going to be using a scalp massager, and then I'm just going to scrub my scalp very well, making sure that I get all the excess dirt, because in our daily life, we come across dust, the environment can be dusty and all of that. Sometimes you might not see it, but it's actually absorbed into the hair and the scalp. And when you're washing it often, like weekly, it gets to breathe. And even when you're applying the moisture to it, it's more like you're feeding your hair. So that is why your hair is not going to stop growing. But if you're someone that neglects wash days and you feel like maybe shampooing is too much, things like that, forget about hair growth. Forget about your hair being healthy or anything like that. And we're also going to be shampooing twice. The first shampooing was mainly focused on just the scalp and also getting the excess product on the hair, like the pre-put treatment. It's just to get most of that out. And then now I'm just going to rinse my hair while it's still in twists like this. But after all the rinsing, I'm just going to take down the twist, and then now I'm just going to cleanse my hair for the second time. And there's actually nothing wrong with shampooing your hair for the second time while the hair is still in twists. Just that for me, I feel like the there's still some dust that is trapped in between the twist. So when it comes to the second shampooing, I like to take it down like this, and when I now shampooing, I'm just going to do it while stretching out my hair, just so that the hair doesn't tangle up, because you know that normally when you're shampooing your hair, the hair is most likely to tangle, and that is because of how we shampoo the hair when it's out like this. And that is actually the main purpose of washing your hair in twist. So if you know that now you're going to do the second shampooing like I'm doing it, just keep on stretching your hair like this while you're shampooing. Avoid shampooing your hair like this as though you're massaging, because you're just going to tangle up your hair a lot more. Just try to pull your hair nicely like this and stretch it out very well. It's still going to shampoo your hair very well like this, and it's still going to be in a good manageable state. Now look at all the foam that is coming out. That is to show you that my hair is now very clean, and I can just do the final rinsing, and just like that, my hair is feeling clean, my scalp is feeling clean, and honestly, this is the best feeling that you actually need every week. Okay, so after taking the hair out of the water, I'm just going to wipe with a shirt, because it's a lot more smoother compared to a towel, because when you're rinsing with a towel, it's just going to rip off your hair. And now for the conditioning treatment, I'm just going to be using moringa powder, deep conditioner, and rosemary water. And then this is how the paste look like after I've mixed them all together. And then after that, now I'm just going to apply it to my hair, and you can actually see I'm going to be working with it on wet hair and hair that is very clean like this. It's just going to be effective on hair that is very clean and hair that is very wet. And now I'm just going to apply the treatment into my hair in sections, and this is to make sure that the rest of my hair is actually going to get the benefit of this product. Okay, and honestly, I've been using this treatment for about a while now, and I feel a great improvement on how strong my hair is. It doesn't easily snap off, it doesn't easily shed. So this is the best mask to invest in. You definitely need to be trying this mask just as a deep conditioning treatment. It works very well. The moringa powder in it just plays a very big role in hair strengthening, and also at the same time in improving your hair growth. So if I don't use this treatment in like a hair mask like this, normally I just like to put moringa powder in my butters. But since for quite some time now I've been using chili powder instead, I feel like this is the best way to still use moringa powder in my hair, because on how it has improved my hair health, there is no way I'm letting this product go. And if you do not have access to rosemary, don't stress about it. Just in a container, you add chili powder and deep conditioner, just those two alone, they will also make a difference. Just that for me, I just like the good feeling that comes with rosemary water. But for this treatment, it's just mainly deep conditioner, moringa powder. Just apply it to your hair, and just like that, you have it. The best hair mask you can ever imagine of. And always keep in mind that if you want to use moringa powder in wash-off treatments like this, do not add oils, because that way it might not get out all of it when you're trying to rinse out. So you might find that there's still more in there, so it's something that you don't want. So while you're putting it into the deep conditioner like this, it's going to do its job. Just that 1 hour 30 minutes, just leave it into your hair. It's just going to be enough. There is no rule that says you need to keep your hair mask in your hair for longer just for it to do the job. So just like this, it's just the perfect way to go about it. And also remember the fact that we're going to be using a deep conditioner, so it's not good to leave it in the hair longer than an hour, because in most cases it's going to over soften your hair and your hair might break easily, considering the fact that a deep conditioner has chemicals that help to soften and smooth the hair. So you definitely don't want those chemicals to overwork in your hair. So now, just after applying the treatment, I'm leaving my hair in for about a few minutes, and just like that, straight to rinsing out. And I'm just going to start by rinsing out the treatment while my hair is still in twists like this. Remember, it's just so that the hair doesn't shrink out a lot, because mainly for this rinse out, when we're rinsing out this treatment, especially anything that has a deep conditioner, you definitely need to take down the twist and actually rinse out. This is not an optional matter. You need to do it, because for me, I used to just rinse out my hair in twists like that, and believe me, not all of it was actually washed out. And now this is how my hair looks like after using the treatment, and you can actually see with how elastic my hair is that deep conditioning is very much needed. And now for the final step, we're going to moisturize while the hair is still very much damp. And for this process, I'm also going to be putting my hair in a good protective hairstyle for the week. So this way I'm just going to keep my hands off my hair, and it's going to be so beneficial in terms of length retention. So now I'm just going to section my hair, because this is how I'm going to moisturize my hair in sections like this. And before moisturizing, I actually need to refill the oil. I was running out, and this is how the DIY oil mixture looks like. It's just sugar powder, olive oil, castor oil mixed together like that, and I kept it for about few months. But normally after doing it in about 2 weeks, it's ready for use. But this one was the one that was actually left out before, so I'm just using the rest of it. Now after all the sectioning, let's go straight to moisturizing. And now I'm just going to continue dividing my hair, just so that when I moisturize, the moisture can actually get to every part. And then I'm going to start by applying the butter to my hair, and when I'm applying it, I'm going to be stretching out my hair like this, and this is to make sure that the moisture is going to get to every part of my hair. And then after, I'm just going to follow with the oil. I'm going to apply it to the hair that has already been moisturized with the hair butter. This method is normally called the LCO method, which means you're going to start by hydrating your hair, and that means my hair is already damp, and then now you're going to apply a cream. In my case, I applied the butter, and then now you're just going to finally apply the oil to lock in the moisture. Moisturizing your hair like this and following this step like this is just going to keep your hair moisturized for about a week, or maybe in most cases you might find that you only need to moisturize your hair maybe 2 times in a week. That's just it. So this is definitely the best way to moisturize 4C hair. And for today's protective hairstyle, I'm going to be using African threading, or maybe what we call Benny and Betty, and just like that I'm going to do it in 4 blocks like this. Something very easy and simple, because it's already wash day, and during this time you're already feeling exhausted, you're already tired, but you still need to put your hair in a good protective hairstyle, just so that your hair doesn't get matted, and just so that your hair doesn't get too much to handle the next day, because you know how this hair is most likely to behave, okay? And also take this as a tutorial on how to put your hair in a good protective hairstyle on wash days, or maybe when you're looking for a good protective hairstyle for the week. And honestly, when you keep on doing these routines and doing your hair by yourself, your hands are definitely going to get used to it. So you're definitely going to go about your wash day with so much ease, and you're also going to get to a point where you're going to start enjoying doing your own hair, because you know what your hair needs. You actually feel it in your hands. Does it need much moisture? Does it need this and that? It's just going to be lovely. You're just going to love the journey. You're just going to love the process. Just know that if you're a beginner, set up a routine, something that you're going to do, keep up at it. Tell yourself that every week you're going to wash your hair like this. This is what you're going to do, this and that. Continue doing that consistently, and you're definitely going to see good hair growth, and I guarantee you your hair is going to grow very well. Even though you tell yourself that, oh, maybe you have stubborn growth, things like that, because that's where I started. My growth was so stubborn. My hair was not growing, and let me tell you something, my growth has nothing to do with genes, okay? I actually worked to actually get myself to this point, and now even when my hair continues to grow, I actually know that, you know what, these routines have actually paid off. So take this from me. Set up these routines and they will definitely pay off, okay? These are the tips that I wish I knew when I started my hair growth. So believe me, this is just going to help you go far in your hair growth journey, and you're actually going to love every part of it. And do let me know what you struggle with the most when it comes to hair care, and do subscribe to keep up with the routines and more remedies to be shared. And after all the moisturizing, never forget to moisturize your scalp, okay? This is very much needed, and I know that there's a fancy belief that's like, oh, your scalp produces its natural oil, so you don't need to be doing that. Now that is the main cause of dry scalp, and you now starting to have dandruff, okay? Always keep your scalp moisturized as much as you keep your hair moisturized. And just like that, you will start seeing a good improvement in your hair growth. Now I'm all done, and this is how my hair looks like. I'm just going to keep it like this, and maybe in about 2 days, 3 days, I'm just going to moisturize my scalp, and just like that, I'm all done.